What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, coming to you with a special breakdown and run through. Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. Recap. We waited so long for this fight and until it finally happened, and it was like a reckoning anyway. Terence came out immediately. The first round, ding ding. He came with a jab, power jab, okay? First round, fill out round. Nothing really special about it. I just seen Crawford was standing his ground. He was not allowing Spence's power jab to penetrate his defenses. He kept that guard high and he kept it tight, and he kept it tight within because he knew where Spence was jabbing. Everybody gave it to Spence. It's like, okay, I don't see that, because Spence went to the body one time, and I think he did land a good left to the body like he normally did. That chopping left to the body, that haggler punch. Second round. Boom. It happened. Straight left lands. Then a power right lands. Kind of like, almost like a Edislandi Lada, how he, you know what I mean? Or a Rigendow kind of. But this was much more brutal, because this right hand put Errol Spence down for the first time in his professional career. Over 28 fights, never been down, never seen the canvas. He tasted it for the first time. Second round. Okay. Third round. Well, second round, Terence Crawford starts teeing off at him. He starts chopping those shots. Left uppercuts, right overhand, overhand lefts, right chopping, right hooks, straight power jab, all in sync. Bow, 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 bow. All in sync, bro. And then the bell rings. Errol goes back to his corner. He comes out. More of the same in the third round. More of the same. And at this point, we seen definitely the nose was bleeding of Errol, because, see, the jab is the punch that started and began to punish Errol Spence. And Crawford was just teeing off. And I think Crawford was just setting up punches. Crawford was being smart and selective. He wasn't being too greedy. He wasn't being overzealous. He was just using catch and shoot abilities perfectly. Perfectly. And the way he did it was just, you could tell he was a special fighter. And you could tell it was no time in there where Terence Crawford felt pressured. I seen Jeff Horn pressure Terence better. Of course, this was 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But, I've seen better, it was a better fight. Even though, Crawford got him out of there too, round 9. Needless to say, a round later than he got Spence out of there. But I'm getting ahead of myself. By round 4, the doctor came at Spence and was looking like, hey, are you okay? You know what I mean? Looking at him. He's like, dude, I'm good. You know what I mean? And I know that pride, that was fucking with Errol. Like, dude, I'm good. Leave me the fuck alone. You're not going to stop this fight like that. So, but, he started to swell here. He was swelling up there because, Terence catches you with weird angles. He's the king of those angles. Those angles will murder people because they don't see him coming. They don't see him coming. They don't see those punches in sync. They don't see them, coming from the angles that they came from. It's like driving down a street and pulling out, and the car comes from nowhere and hits you. That'll destroy you, right? That's what Terence did. And you notice the legs of Errol Spence were really wobbly. I mean, they were wobbly to a point like, okay, yeah, they don't look good. Derek James was instructing him to get in. Don't give him that space. You know what I mean? Use the jab. Use your legs to get in. And that wasn't working, because what Terence was doing, by that time, by the 4th, 5th round, Errol Spence, it already looked like the 10th or 11th round. because his face was swollen. He was bleeding out of the nose. In the 6th round, he was bleeding out of the mouth. But he wasn't able to do these things that he normally does, because he's normally trying to come in and go down to the body. You know what I mean? He's trying to do that, and it didn't work. Because Crawford was able to throw these shots, these unorthodox punches in there, catch and shoots all night, perfect combinations, perfect counter punching, okay? And every shot got to the point from rounds 6, 7, and 8, they were just buckling Errol. Errol went down from an uppercut, that uppercut, after he landed a straight left. He got hit with an uppercut. Bow! Right before he landed, like, bow! Oh, boom! And then he gets caught with a right hook from Crawford. He goes down. He gets back up. I think this is round 8 at this point. Crawford piles it on, spares him, because by the 6th, I thought, okay, you know what? Crawford should have done that. He could have got him out of there early. He could have just upped the ante, but he didn't. He gradually punished Errol Spence. He gradually punished this guy. And it was phenomenal. Harvey Doc, and I'm looking at Derek James. For one, fuck you, Derek, because you should have stopped that fight. But Derek was thinking about himself, I think. You know what I mean? Like, what is it going to do to me and my fighter of the year bullshit? Dude, that was last year. That's gone. This is another year, another challenge. He didn't stop it. Shout out to Harvey Doc for stopping this fight. He stopped that fight. He came in there and did the right thing because he got tired of that bullshit. The trainer wouldn't stop it. The doctors didn't stop it. So guess what? Somebody, damn it, had to. Okay? That's what had to happen. So if anything, Crawford respectfully came over there, gave Derek love. Derek's still looking confused, like he don't know what the fuck happened. You know what I mean? And Terence told him, like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this opportunity, because they froze him out. They did him wrong. And this, I'm going to tell you something about this. This is a result of what happens when you hold a fighter back. When you tell a fighter they're not good enough, they're not marketable enough, they don't look good enough. You know what I mean? You're on the wrong side of the street. This is what happens when you restrain a person from doing and showing his greatness. Once he gets the opportunity, he's going to show it 10 times over. And that's exactly what happened. It was a one-sided ass whooping in favor of Terence Crawford. Okay, that's what it was. It was to the point where I'm like, please stop this fight. Everybody in the comments, everybody was live. God bless you and thank you for coming along and sharing this with me, because this was special, That was a great fight. I'm still in shock. I felt bad for Spence, because Spence don't know what it's like to go, first of all, get knocked down, let alone 3 times, let alone stopped, let alone lost, like that is messing with him. You know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is. I feel, Lee, I need to delete all my Spence comments. Well, it is what it is. But if anything, Terence Crawford proved he was a special fighter by being the 2-time undisputed in 2 weight classes, the first man to ever do that. He's in Hall of Fame. 40 wins, 31 knockouts, no losses, no draws, no whammies. And the biggest by Terence Bud Crawford. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of this breakdown. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!